As a soldier and messenger of the Lord of the galaxies, I say greetings. Before we begin, here is wisdom. Progress is often going in reverse or backward. For if your car is in drive toward a cliff and you plunge to your death, does that constitute progress? I think not. Yeah. Einstein once said, technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. Wisdom indeed, Albert. And we couldn't agree more. For Satan and his demons have persuaded the architects of this physical matrix, or pathological criminals, to create nuclear warheads and artificial intelligence, both of which will cause the extinction of human existence upon the earth in the very near future. MashaAllah. It is the will of Allah. Let's begin. Here is the prediction of Jesus from 2,000 years ago. Matthew 24, verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whosoever readeth, let him understand. The abomination of desolation is a nuclear warhead. A stockpile of these weapons has stood in the holy lands of the Middle East, near Jerusalem and elsewhere, since the late 1960s. The mention of the prophet Daniel is in reference to a vision that Daniel had of the end of the world. And Satan was disguised as a goat with a horn between his eyes. The goat, called Baphomet, remains a symbol for Satan unto this very day. Now, we could decode the whole of Daniel chapter 8 for you in the Bible, but we'll continue with the detailed prophecy of Jesus. Matthew 24, verse 27. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Now, Jesus symbolically declares that a lightning will come out of the east that will shine bright enough to be seen in the West, or America. This prophecy is of the nuclear bomb that will inevitably be unleashed in the lands of the Middle East. Jesus was ever cunning in his use of symbolism. Even if those in America could not literally see the nuclear explosion and mushroom cloud, the entire planet would suffer the effects of the abomination of desolation for millenniums to come. Matthew 24, verses 29 and 30. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. In verse 29, Jesus proclaims that after the abomination of desolation is unleashed in the holy lands of the east, the sun will be darkened, the moon shall not give her light, the stars will fall, and the heavens will be shaken. Yeah. That divine soldier named Jesus was speaking of the radioactive fallout that would occur after the abomination of desolation was unleashed. A modern nuclear bomb, if dropped upon the surface of the earth, would explode and produce heat temperatures of over 50 million degrees centigrade. I said 50 million degrees centigrade. This unimaginable heat would vaporize all animate and inanimate objects. The dirt and debris hurled into the atmosphere would be radioactive, which is referred to as radioactive fallout. Hence, the lightning and the shaken heavens that Jesus refers to is the nuclear explosion itself. The darkened sun and moon is the radioactive dirt and debris which produces the mushroom cloud that will cover the sky and eclipse the sun. Some scientists claim that if a number of nuclear warheads were dropped upon the surface of the earth, the smoke and debris would blanket the sky worldwide and produce a nuclear winter. In other words, the sun would not be able to penetrate the smoke and debris within Earth's atmosphere for years. If you are of those who possess common sense, you know that all life upon the earth, human and other, would cease to exist without the sun for a prolonged period of time. So in closing, according to ABC News outlet, at least one United States nuclear plant's computer system was successfully hacked by an unknown entity several months ago. According to U.S. News and World Report outlets, the National Nuclear Security Administration has stated that there are up to 10 million cyber attacks every single day against America's nuclear weapons stockpile. That's 10 million per day, people. There are an estimated 15,000 nuclear bombs around the globe. Now, add artificial intelligence to the nuclear equation, and you have Satan and his demons' final chess move on God's chessboard. The complete annihilation of the human species, or simply the completion of Armageddon. So if you don't believe in the words of God, then believe in the words of Murphy, or Murphy's Law, which simply states anything that can go wrong will go wrong. To this we say wisdom indeed. Yeah. You all have no idea how close you are to global obliteration by your own infantile creations. We, the real Jedi Knights, tell you the real and painful truth. Mashallah, it is the will of Allah.